Peace, peace, peace. What's going on? It's your boy, Sincere 7, coming to you live and direct from the Psychonaut Academy at Detroit. So, I'm feeling real good, y'all. And I've been just working real hard these last few days and trying to get focused on a few things and get things together. And I said, let me go ahead and take some time for my own spiritual practices to make sure that I stay, in tune with where I need to be within my works and things like that, right? So tonight, I decided to partake in some cacao with mushrooms and some snake venom. So for those who don't know, cacao is a very, very beautiful modality to use. It's a beautiful heart opener. So I love the heart opening. And also it is a potentiator for the mushrooms. So they actually assist the mushrooms in being a little bit stronger, and just for you being able to tap into the mushrooms a little bit more than just using them by themselves. So if you're not aware of potentiating properties of the cacao, I definitely invite you to tap in and experience that. I will be during the Save Tour. For those of you all who are familiar, the Save Tour is the tour that is going on in 2024 with Sacred Animal Venoms and Entheogens. So the Sacred Animal Venoms and Entheogens tour is going on next year. It's already scheduled. I have all of the details up. So if you're looking for it, just let me know. I can send it to you directly. But during that tour, there will be a point where we actually utilize the cacao in conjunction with the sacred mushrooms. So that's going to be a beautiful thing. So for those of y'all who are not aware of the beauty of that medicine, we will be sharing that on the tour. And will we be, I'm not sure, will we be, yes, I think we will be using it in conjunction with the snake venoms, actually. So another thing that we do sometimes when we use the cacao is we use the rape, aka hape. All right, got the venoms on, so now I can sit and let those absorb while I kick it with y'all for a while. So I went through and created my set and setting, which is important for all of the works that you might do, as we call spiritual works, your set and your setting. So before I even got started, I went and I cleaned the entire house. I lit incense. I got my oil burner going. You can light your kapal, different things of this nature, and made sure that the house was nice and clean. Turned off all the lights. I got candles around the house lit. Some soft music that's in tune with, what it is that I'm going through. And so that's the setting, right? Now the set, when we talk about set and setting, your setting is your environment, the people around you or lack of, the music or lack of, the temperature is important, the smell, it needs to be clean, it needs to be comfortable, the air in your container, you want fresh air, but you don't want it too cold, too warm, so I set up the setting first. Now the set, when we talk about set and setting, the set is your mindset. So let me just be clear. For me, my mindset comes before the setting. My mindset comes first. So I literally have to find myself in a comfortable mindset to go forward and do my medicine works, or to do my spiritual practices, or to do, whatever it is that I might be needing for my own spiritual, growth and development or self care. Another thing that I did is I already ran a hot tub of water. Just for me, that water is just that balancing and bring me to that neutral state to allow for whatever it is that I'm experiencing or that I'm going through to basically come through or move slowly. For me to interface with. So for me, it was the mindset that made me say, oh, it's time for me to do some works. So I know I've got a high gram mushroom journey scheduled, and I need to go in probably on about 10 to 12 grams and do some work, right? So I'm familiar with that. That's that deep dive. But tonight I felt like I needed, to tend to my own emotions. And that's why I chose the cacao with the mushrooms in them, with the snake venom. I'm going with the heart opening as well as the mind clarity. So we're doing the snake venom for the clarity of mind, and we're doing the mushrooms with the cacao for the heart opening. So now we're dealing with the mind and the heart at the same time, but not heavy on the mushroom. I think I got about 600 milligrams, maybe 700 milligrams. So I'm not going real heavy with the mushrooms, and I don't really need to because they're mixed in with the cacao. As I said, cacao is a potentiator. So it should put me right in that realm that I want to be at, of kind of like right on that borderline of thought and spiritual attunement, like where I can think about certain things and, and feel that slight entheogenic expression coming through, if you will. So, you want to really think about your intentions when you're going into any types of work. That's why I'm just going on live and talking about these different things, because it was like when I got in the realms of where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, I had to put it together like, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I see what it is. I see what I'm feeling. And you want to be able to ride your emotions, ride your spirituality, ride the edge of that, and kind of look at where you're at next to the water, next to the land, next to the water, next to the land, and figure out where's that comfortable space. What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're trying to do? For me, I'm not really looking for a message to come through. I'm looking for more of acceptance from my own mind and my own heart. See, that's why I'm using a low amount, that's 600 to 800 milligrams of the mushrooms with the cacao, right? Um, so that I'm not going too far into the realms of consciousness to where I'm starting to alter my perception. I really just really want to um, I really just want to open up the channels for me to be able to ride my own thought processes and emotions. So, I got any questions, comments, or concerns about anything? Any questions about the snake venom, or the questions about cacao, or questions about anything really? Maybe you got questions about, different spiritual practices that you can take part in that will allow you to tap into your own feelings, thoughts, emotions, things of this nature. Let me see who's that. Kaylon, I see you. Padak, Jebusky. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all out there. Um, so for those who don't know, we got a question. Which venom did you choose for yourself tonight? Good question. I went with the water moccasin, aka cottonmouth. Yeah, I went with the water moccasin. Matter of fact, where's my? Oh yeah. So yeah, I went with the water moccasin, the cotton. I was gonna go with the Gabon viper, the West African Gabon viper. However, that was the one I did last, and something was already calling me to the water moccasin, and I had a client here doing their Venoms last week, and I was going to tap in and do mine with them. However, I just got caught a little bit up into giving the ceremony that I forgot to prepare it for myself. So today it was just kind of like, it was kind of calling me, to be honest. It was like, hey, I thought you was gonna rock with me the other day. You ain't get with me. What's going on? You wanna hang out tonight? You wanna spend some time? You know? And it was like, yes, I do. So yeah, I went with the cottonmouth. Cottonmouth snake venom, a little cannabis, a little cacao with a little bit of mushrooms creates a beautiful synergy, a beautiful experience. And again, like I said, it's not real heavily entheogenic. It's not like taking 3 grams and I'm going real deep. It's more just like that introspection, but leaving the ego out of it, right? But at the same time, like I spoke about that cacao and that heart opening. And so allowing the love and the acceptance to be part of the consciousness tapping into. It's a synergy that is just so beautiful. And that's the thing, like, for those of y'all who might be new to the entheogens, just know that the way that they work differently with the different amounts. Like, you take quite a bit of them, it's going to do one thing. You take a microdose, it's going to do another. You take a macro dose, it's going to do another. You take them in conjunction with Babensana or cacao or, MDMA. These are those heart openings, right? So you can really customize your experiences. And something that I said that I was going to make sure that I specialize in next year is showing you the path of how to be your own shaman, showing you the path of how to be your own medicine man, showing you to be the path of how to be your own spiritual practitioner. So even when it comes to things like ayahuasca, I've got a lot of people lately requesting to go on ayahuasca journeys, and that's okay. It's no problem with that. I'm going to facilitate those, but I'm also going to be bringing the understanding of Silawaska to the community. How many of you all know what Silawaska is? If you know what Silawaska is, type in 1 in the comment section. If you don't know what Silawaska is, type in 0 in the comment section. Type in 1 if you know what Silawaska is, type in 0 if you don't know. So let me just share with you that when you hear waska, waska means spiritual drink, right? So I make cannawaska, which is a spiritual drink made out of cannabis that takes you into the realm of the cannabis. Ayahuasca is the, tribal, that's what most of y'all have probably heard of, which is the Banisterius capi vine and the chacruna leaves, basically combined and brewed down into a very, very strong, thick drink. And when you drink the ayahuasca is said to go in and find what is crooked and straighten it, right? That's what ayahuasca is said to be known for. So ayahuasca is a spiritual drink made with what they call the aya vine, ayahuasca vine. So that's where you get the aya and then the huasca. So Silawaska is a spiritual drink that is made with psilocybin. So it's comparable to ayahuasca in the fact that when you drink it, it takes you into the entheogenic realm, the ancestral realms, celestial realms, the Akashic records, but basically into the different realms. Now, the difference between ayahuasca and Silawaska, as I explain it, is that, first of all, I always talk about how mushrooms are extraterrestrial and how what we refer to as plant medicine is terrestrial. Plant medicine comes from the earth. It comes from the terrestrial realms, right? So the information that it has is terrestrial. The healing that it has is terrestrial. The information that it has is earthbound because it's a terrestrial entity. Mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, are extraterrestrial. These are found in the outer space. These are found in the solar system outside of the Earth's atmosphere. Excuse me. So, with that being said, when you use the psilocybin mushrooms for your own spiritual practices or turn it into psilohuasca, the information, the healing, the entombment, the tapping in, it is extraterrestrial. So I think this is why ayahuasca is used for healing quite often, because the majority of the times the traumas and dramas that we came into, that we are having situations with, are terrestrial. So the ayahuasca can go and find what's crooked and straighten it. Whereas the psilohuasca is made with a extraterrestrial entity modality. So when you use the psilohuasca, yes, you can find healing, but you could also go traveling, find information, and go to what we call the transdimensional realms. Now, am I saying that ayahuasca does not take you to the transdimensional realms? I would say that from my experiences, even though ayahuasca is a very deep, very spiritual, very tapping in modality, the places that the mushrooms and the psilohuasca can take you are different. I'll just leave it at different. I'm not really one to measure better. I have 7 children, and they're all different. So if I want to go hang out downtown, I might go with my oldest daughter. But if I want to sit in the house and smoke a blunt and have a real deep, dope conversation, I might take my oldest son, right? But if I want to be in a real childlike energy and playful, I might take, sweet baby. But if I want to, right? So this is what I'm saying. So this is what we mean when we're talking about the functionality of the medicines for what we're utilizing. I am a Condor coach, and I love the information that Ty and Cole with the Condor Approach program put together. And the other day I was in the group and they were talking about different psychedelics and what they activate, right? And there was the heart, there was the head, there was the spirit, and there was the body, I believe it was. So it's like where one of them will take you really into the spiritual realms and, into the depths of the cosmic and the celestials. But then some of them will keep you within your body. But then you have those heart openers, like, again, the MDMA, the Bufo, the cacao. But then you also have those ones that take you deep into the mind, and just breaking down how she said that if somebody has been stressed and tired and frustrated and really going through a lot and they want to go through an experience, ayahuasca might not be one for them, because ayahuasca is a very physically challenging plant medicine. It'll cause you to purge. It'll cause you to cry and laugh. You go through a lot of physical experiences or expressions while on the medicine. So that might not be the one that you want to choose. If, like you said, like you said, if you've been going through a lot that has had you tired and has had you frustrated and has your body feeling beat down, right? You might not want to take an entheogen that's going to do the same. So you might want one that is more mind altering, mind expansive, but not so much as taxing on the body. See? So you really want to pay attention to, how you go into or what you go into these experiences with. So these are some of the things that, I discuss with my clients when creating what we might say is a plan or a journey. Some people are on a healing journey. Some people are on a character growth and development journey. Some people are on a spiritual journey. So that's why I request that you all inbox me and ask to get on the phone with me. Let's get a phone conversation going. Let me tell you how I deal with my clients while I'm sitting here allowing this um, cottonmouth Venoms to absorb and drinking on my cacao and mushrooms. Let's talk about this. This is how I usually operate. My clients, you'll hit me up, come in my inbox like, yo, I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to this, right? So y'all know I say that I am a transdimensional travel agent, a spiritual tour guide, and a harm reduction specialist. So what do those mean? That means that a spiritual tour guide, let me tell you what a spiritual tour guide is. That's when people come to me and say, hey, I'm not where I want to be and I need to get there. And I say, okay, well, where are you at? And we discuss where they're at and what they're going through. And I say, oh, okay. And where do you want to be at? And then they discuss their goals, where they want to be at, right? And then I say, okay, let's get you there. And I guide you into there by different practices, modalities. Some things might be as simple as journaling and holding yourself accountable, or it might go into the depths of doing Cambo and then ayahuasca and then snake venom and then bufo, right? It depends on all of the things that you're going through. So as a spiritual tour guide, I'm walking with you. Okay, you see this over here. If you look to the left, this is your shadow work. And if you go in there and you talk about these things, yeah, come on, what you think about that? Okay, all right, well, let's go a little bit further. See right here, this is a little bit of mirror magic. All right, so all right, let's go further. This right here is the intentions and manifestations. Let's turn the lead to gold. Let's turn you into something that you want more usable and valuable to self, right? And I walk that with you. That's the spiritual tour guide. Okay, now when I say I'm a transdimensional travel agent, what that means is this. There's some people who will call me and they'll be like, hey, I'll be like, yeah. They'll be like, I see you on National Geographic. I'll be like, dope. And they'll be like, I want to do ayahuasca. And I'll be like, okay. And then we go through, the questionnaire. Are you qualified and able to go through? And all right, let's go through ayahuasca. Now, let's be clear. I don't know why they wanted to go through ayahuasca. I might ask, but let me just be clear. As a transdimensional travel agent, it's not my business. If you call me and you tell me you want to do this, and I say, okay, I can make it happen, and you come, we can do that, right? Now, what I tell people is that when it comes to that, that's that. You come, you had an experience, you go back, we can do some integration, and I hope you reached your goal. But I'm not really responsible for that because you just came to me as a travel agent. Hey, I want to go somewhere. All right, I can get you there. Right now, once you get there, what happens when you get there and everything like that, I'm not really responsible for. And I'm okay with that because some people want to be sovereign in their healing and their journeys. They're like, I don't need you to tell me. I know what I need. Can you just, and I respect that. Yes. See, so that's the difference between a spiritual tour guide and a transdimensional travel agent. Now, when it comes to my harm reduction specialist services, that is basically where we're coming into healing the physical body. There is something that's causing you harm, and I'm here to reduce that because I specialize that. So I'm going to provide you that service. See, so we don't use some of the terms and the words and the wording and the approaches that they use in Western medicine because if I did that, you could just go to them, right? So with that being said, you'll watch if you pay attention to me how I even speak about the things that I do. I try to not use certain terms, words, and phrases. And when I teach the Sacred Animal Venoms Practitioner Training class, and I train people to administer bufo and cambo and snake venom, I teach them to not use other industries' words, to not use other, the words of the others. See, because that's where you'll find yourself getting into certain situations. So we don't cure things and we don't diagnose and we don't treat and certain things, because those are not our things, right? Those things belong to those who made those things up. So I utilize things that come from the planet Earth. Nothing is being made up, it's only being collected and respected. So with that being said, I teach about what these things do, how they work. I show you the science. I show you, listen, like I always tell people, I didn't start telling people that copperhead snake venom kills cancer cells and tumors. I didn't start telling people that cobra venom, excuse me, I didn't discover these things. I studied these things. I learned these things. I went and found the research and all of the information that other scientists, that other researchers, that other doctors have became aware of. And I looked at what it was that they are using, and if you trace back that these things that they're using have been synthesized and made based off of natural things. And it's like, well, why don't they just use the natural things? Because they can't patent natural things. So with that being said, to say that this is ours and we use it for whatever, it has to be something that they can patent so they can own it, so they can sell it. So instead of using a venom from a snake, they will synthesize, they will break down and look at the different peptides and proteins and what they do, and they'll look at the molecular structure of them, and they will recreate these molecular structures into a synthesized version that does kind of the same thing that it does, but since it's been a synthesized version, there is unnatural elements within it, and those unnatural elements usually give some type of adverse reaction to your body. But see, when we use these natural things, hold on, I think it's time for my second application of this venom. When we use these natural things, what happens is these these things are bioactive. They're created out of the same things that we're created out of. So these peptides and proteins are basically like keys, and they go into your body and they unlock certain things. Now, if it doesn't unlock it, your body flushes it out, right? So basically, what I'm saying by all of that is that there is less to no adverse reactions to these things because there's nothing in them that is not bioactive or made out of the same thing that you are. So that's why when people take chemotherapy, it's like I always talk about that, and I say, like, if you think about it, it takes, let's say, 70 cc's to kill cancer, but it takes 90 cc's to kill you. So they'll go, oh, well, we'll just give people 80 cc's. So it's more than enough to kill the cancer, but just less than enough to kill you. And then they say, hey, you're cancer free. Congratulations. You can go home. And half of your heart is fucked up, your liver's fucked up, your hair is fucked up, your teeth is fucked up, your blood is fucked up, your skin is fucked up. I'm telling you by what I know. This is close to me, my family, my peoples, my loved ones. And this is how these things leave them, right? Okay. Well, congratulations. Well, I have things that if there's something inside of you that's harming you, we can use things and that it will be effective against these things, but there's not a high amount of adverse reactions to your physical body. No hair falling out, no teeth falling out, no throwing up, no bleeding out your eyes, no fucking, like, what the hell is going on, right? So these are the reasons that when I teach, I tell people to look at the different aspects of the reality we're dealing with. You know, I know a lot of this shit sounds crazy when you first hear about it, but then when you start to really think about it, nah, I think it sounds more crazy to pump a chemical that's been made by somebody in a laboratory into my body through a port than it is to apply a diluted version of something that we've been coming into contact with for the last millions of years. Now, let me talk about that for a minute. When it comes to the snake venom, um, and people of this fear they have of snakes and this thought of evil or this thought of violence, let me just share with y'all that these snakes are actually compassionate, and they have evolved over thousands of years to try to earn respect and love from us. And if you're going, wait, what the fuck is he talking about? I want to just bring something up real quick. I'm gonna give you something to make you go, wait a minute, I never thought about that. They say that animals evolve, right, for the best of their survival. So if I'm a snake and my survival is based on me catching prey, catching my food, and I have venom. So not only can I bite you, but when I bite you, I can inject a venom into you that will destroy your heart, as prey. Remember, this is small prey. Destroy your heart, your lungs, your brain, your blood, your muscles. And keep in mind that what it does in a extensive manner to the small thing, when it gets to a bigger thing, it's a reversal. So that's the therapeutic value of them. So if it destroys the snake's central nervous system, then that's probably the venom that we use to work on and repair our central nervous system. Snake venom, cobra has nerve growth factor in it, and a whole bunch of other things. But I don't want to get off the subject because right now we're talking about the compassion of the snakes, right? So these snakes catch their prey, they inject the venom. When you think about a cobra, which has the ability to open its hood up and to give a warning, okay, of you're getting on my nerves, and I've had it up to here, and its hood just opens up. I have a pet snake. It's my baby. I got two pet snakes. Okay, talk to me. I talk back. Talk that shit. I talk that, right? Or when you think about a rattlesnake that has evolved over thousands of years, a rattle to give a warning that I'm here. You have to ask yourself, did these animals do this to help them catch prey? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's no way that having a rattle and warning you, I'm right here under this rock, hiding, waiting on you, is going to help me catch prey. So who the hell was the rattle for? It was for us. Listen, y'all, when we talk about, I do the lecture of the healing through the kingdoms. And I talk about the different kingdoms and how each of these kingdoms have healing properties. We got the mineral kingdom, we got the plant kingdom, we got the fungi kingdom, we got the animal kingdom, and we got the kingdom of man, right? So when we see plants and we like, oh, that's a healing plant, they have healing properties, and some of them will even give you signatures to let you know what these things heal, right? Well, when it comes to the snakes and the venoms that they contain, these are our healing, sacred animal healing properties that we utilize for us, right? So when people say, oh, it's a rattlesnake in the backyard, and they go back there with a shovel and try to cut the head off the rattlesnake, meanwhile, their grandmother and their mother is in the house suffering from breast cancer. The medicine was in the backyard, but you just killed it. Okay? So what they're doing is they're warning us that of their presence, because they know that they don't have the ability to do anything to protect themselves except bite. So if we step on one of them or if we offend one of them, they're going to bite us, but they don't want to because they know that they'll kill us. So they have grown out of compassion these warning abilities to let that. I am a firm believer, this is my theory, that the hood and the rattle of the cobra and the rattlesnake are evolutionary growths that were created to warn us of their presence. because they're compassionate. The rattle was for us, yes. Sometimes rattlesnakes are growing without rattles now. Yep, and there's also like I believe it's the water moccasin, cottonmouth, that they rattle too, even though they don't have rattles. They wiggle their tail just like they have rattles. So that leads me to believe that evolutionary wise, that they are starting to probably either grow rattles, and the rattlesnakes might be evolving to lose. Because remember, evolution goes over, hundreds to thousands of years. So when we start to see stuff that's funny, it might just be the beginning of something. Interesting. Any ideas why? Any ideas why what? I be talking and stuff, and by the time I read the comment, I'm not sure. So yeah, whenever y'all ask questions, y'all gotta ask them in a complete sentence. They are warning us, saying, "Don't step on me." Yes, okay. Of why they evolved? Yes, because they know that they are the medicine that we need. But if we're not looking for them, then it's kind of like when you run through poison ivy and you didn't even know it was poison ivy, right? So some plants have ways to warn you of harm, like roses. Matter of fact, roses have so much love that they turn blood red to warn you that this is a thorn bush. Just like the dart frogs, when you go into nature, there are certain animals that have certain colors, bright reds and yellows and things. When you see them, they're telling you, I am poisonous. This is a warning. This is a warning. Remember, the relationship that man has with plants and animals is a relationship of, and I know some of y'all don't like this, but it's a relationship of dominance. We are the dominant creature on the planet. So all of the plants and animals have a certain amount of reporting back to us. You see? So this is where you get the signature of appearance. Why do you think the psilocybin mushrooms have the appearance that they have? They are letting us know that they are tapped in tune to us. The mushroom from the side looks like a penis. From the top, it looks like a breast, even got the little nipple. When you cut it in half, it's a representation of the female organ, reproductive organs, the fallopian tubes, and the uterus, and all of this, right? So this is all, again, signature of appearance. So a lot of these plants and animals and different things, they are for us. This is why they have certain colors. This is why they have certain shapes. This is why they have certain tastes. When you get into Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, there's a certain taste that goes with a certain organ that goes with a certain, right? So you might have the sour or the bitters. Those are good for the, I believe, the liver and the blood and the cleansing of, right? And so these are these signatures of appearance. Well, it's the same thing in the animal kingdom. When mushrooms turn blue to communicate why they're blue, what's that mean in relation to this discussion of roses and red? Well, the blue, if you think of the chakras, the blue is like the what's this, the not the crown, but right up under that, the brow, um right up under the crown, right? So you got the blue, and then you got the violet, which is the very top. So what they're informing you of is the spiritual enlightenment that they have within them. This is why Shiva is blue, like the Aladdin and the jinns blue, like blue, the third eye. Thank you. Yeah, that blue is the representation of the higher realms contained within. So when you get to the crown, this is exuding without, but that blue is the higher realms within. So, that's the representation or the language that, just like the blue lotus, right? That Blue Lotus take you into that dream realm. It's an onerogen, right? It takes you into the dreams and the astral traveling and things of this nature, right? Whereas, like when we deal with a lot of red, these are a lot of times more base or root chakra representations, right? Um, Made me think of the blue ringed octopus. Ooh, yeah. Indigo, blue. Yes, thank you, Paul Mark. Right. So yes, so that's going into that realm of things when dealing with those colors. And again, signature of appearance, and if you look at a lot of the historical religious texts and things of this nature, again, of Shiva being blue, and the blue cows, and all of those different things. What is the topic? The topic. Whoa, okay. I just got that book, Drugs of Dreams. You recommend it? Yes, yes, very good. Onerogens and Drugs of the Dreaming. Blue Lotus and Morning Glory are coming up all over. Okay, yep, it might be time then. That might be the next medicine that's calling you out, Paul Mark. Um, Tati, the conversation. Well, I'm sitting here doing some cacao and mushrooms and snake venom, and I started talking about the combination of the two and what it brings about for my spiritual works that I'm doing right now. And then we got to talking about just the different entheogens and how to use them at different rates and the different mixes. And then, oh man, we just kind of we're all over the place, really. So, and then we got into talking about the representation of the signature of appearance and how certain we was talking about the snakes and how they're compassionate and how they grew a warning for us, and then we went into talking about how in nature it always gives us well, not always, but it's quite seldom gives us different warnings and different messages by communicating with us through their colors, through their shapes, through the fruits that they provide, and all of these different things. Some of the animals in nature who give us warning, letting us know that they're highly toxic or poisonous by the colors that they display. So just different things like that. We're just all over the place right now. Kali Ma's blue. Yes, that's the other one I was trying to think of. Yes, thank you. This is excellent. The cacao, like we all know that mushroom flavor, that right. But I tell you what, I don't recall ever tasting the mushrooms in the cacao. The cacao and the mushrooms is such a beautiful mixture. This is not new. This is something that's been utilized, I believe, by the Aztecs and a lot of different cultures. Is that mixture of the cacao and the mushroom together, potentiating one another and just bringing about that synergy of the heart and the mind together. It's a beautiful thing. And I just knew it was going to be beautiful to mix that with, the tapping in of the snake venom and what that gives you. I was like, oh, I just know that this is going to be a beautiful energy. And I was just for it. And I felt like, my mind and my heart both needed to come in tune with one another. Because I've been moving through a lot of different chambers financially and within relationships and within business and with all of these different things. And I have all of these different mindsets and all these different thoughts around these things. But at the same time, I'm in this beautiful environment. I'm being grateful and I'm increasing my boon. And so I'm trying to just operate more in the heart space and get out of my mind. And I just kind of find a challenge with that. And I find a challenge with trying to balance those two. And so I felt like this would be the perfect mixture of, the modalities that I have. So the cacao for the heart opening and the mushrooms for the tapping into the consciousness, but the snake venom for the clarity and the ability to be still and just tap in and just to hear myself and to listen to myself and to trust myself and the confidence within all of that together. So, you know, that's basically where we started at. And then we just started kicking it about a whole bunch of other stuff. So I just been really rocking off of the questions and comments that's been coming since then. So yeah, we got any other questions, comments, concerns? Somebody throw something else out there. Talk to me. I talk back. Talk that shit, because I talk that. Bufo ceremony coming to Detroit, November 17th to 18th. That's gonna be beautiful. We still having 25% off the entire site sale until tomorrow around noon. Man, what else? Man, just so many things, man. But I'm grateful, y'all. I'm grateful. I'm feeling good. Yes, I'm definitely feeling good right now. And I don't even think we've been in here that long, so I just did my second application. Have you experimented with any other animal venoms besides snake? Snake, Cambo, Bufo, Scorpion. Yeah, I had scorpion venom. I used it all. I'm working on getting some more of that. I'm familiar with the bee venom, but I have not used it, and I won't personally. Well, I'm not gonna say I won't use it. I would use it if I bought it. Bee venom is very expensive, so for like one little, maybe 1 ounce or a half-ounce jar, it'll probably be some hundreds of dollars. It's very expensive. Um, but I don't do bee venom treatments because the bees lose their life when doing bee venom, and I'm not a supporter of utilizing things that, you know, that the entity has to lose his life to give it, right? So for me, that's out the question. However, I'm not against it. For other people who don't have the same, you know, I've been somewhere, been did, and all of this, so I have given myself certain rules and values to live by. Others might not be that fucked up about it and be like, shit, I'll do some bee venom for my arthritis, right? So I would advise it, but I just won't practice it. Um, Platypus has venoms, but I have not experienced it yet. Um, and I'm not even sure how hard it will be to get platypus venom, but I'm definitely going to see about it. Gila monster is another venom from lizards. I have not experienced it, but is one that I am trying to get so we can start administering that. But no, I think that's pretty much it. You know, I haven't. You know, we got the cone snail venoms and spider venoms. Oh, this is my daughter. Peace, my baby. I'm on a live broadcast, just so you know. So whatever you say, everybody in the world can hear you.
All right, well, never mind. Peace to the world, though.
All right, I hit you back, baby.
All right, peace.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
Hey, that's my baby. Um, and I'm trying to get a hold of certain spider venoms, but all of these things are in the works. Uh, Let me see. Have you the that cancer diagnostics resolution with scorpion venom down to 10 cells is unreal. Okay, I see that somebody been following me because I talked about that maybe twice, but you want it with that shit. And yes, right, that scorpion, that's some real shit. I was talking to someone that got stung by a scorpion and was talking about integrating that experience. Super interesting. Yes, it is super interesting. I like how you handled the phone call. Yeah. Um, yeah, that scorpion resolution for that cancer marker is like outrageous, especially within brain cancers, which are the hardest to basically, you know, pinpoint because of getting past that blood brain barrier. So, yeah, so for that to be able to do that even within the brain cancer realm, oh, phenomenal, phenomenal. Oh man, so yeah, we got anybody else with any more questions, comments, concerns about anything? You know. Man, I'm enjoying this. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out and, listening to me drop a couple things about the Venoms and, um, the sacred plant medicines. You know what I realized? My favorite sacred plant medicine I talk about the least. I didn't even think about that. Somebody said it today during recording of a testimonial, and they were like, you know so much, and you've been teaching us so much about all the sacred plant medicines and the ayahuasca and the mushrooms and the cannabis. And I was like, oh, right. I very rarely teach about the cannabis anymore. And I had thought about that. I'm like, I'm gonna have to start bringing those teachings back. Wow, brain cancer too, and blood-brain barrier. Wow. How's the cacao feel for you? Usually makes me feel calm and at peace. Yes, it's so good to see and hear from you while I'm working. Oh, thank you, Paul Mark. Um, the you said, how does the cacao make me feel? So I am a naturally I'm a lover. By nurture, I'm a fighter, right? So I love to love. And the environment that I came up in and the military and all of these other things put like this crust on me, this crust of like fight, right? Or violence or and I like that the 7 gram mushroom trip that I had went through, cured my PTSD, my anger, and my violence. So I still have this dustiness of the city that I'm from on me. That causes me to make sure that I'm able to mean mug at any point in time, in any second, right? But I really love to just love and feel good and smile and be happy. And I remember a time when that was like my main mode of operation, and I don't feel like that right now, right? And so the cacao makes me feel like that. The cacao assists me in just feeling like, man, everything's all right. Like even when we get frustrated, that's just something we go through. It's okay, you know. So that's how the cacao has me feeling. It has me really kind of calming my soul in a state. Oh, here we go. It's an adaptogen for the soul. It's a heart opener for the body, but it's an adaptogen for the soul. For me, um, I'm making some cannabis crowns now. Ah, okay, okay, got you. Tap in with Paul Mark, y'all. Paul Mark be making them crowns, them how do you say, organic technologies, jewelries. The technologies, the jewelry made out of the organic energies and powers of the planet. Shout out to Lay for dropping that on me. I like how she dropped that. And so when Paul Mark's creating these crowns, remember this is your crown chakra. So it's kind of like putting it's a potentiator. There we go. A potentiator for your spiritual energy, right? If you got a crown of amethyst around your shit, what you think? If you got one piece of amethyst and you really feeling that, if you got one piece of what's that, rose quartz, and you feeling that, what you think like a whole crown of that shit would be like? You know what I'm saying? So now we dealing with the ideas, the thought, the tuning in, the tapping in, the spiritual aspect of the heart or the love. Or so it's like taking whatever chakra you're working on and sending that energy to your crown and exuding it out to the rest of the world. It's some dope shit. And this cacao mushroom definitely got me feeling kind of nice right now. And it's like it's different than the mornings when I take 600, 700 milligrams, where I be tapping into like channeling and like the soul of whoever I'm communicating with. This does feel more internal and, like I said, just how I'm feeling and the experience of myself, You ever experienced yourself? That's what it feels like I'm experiencing myself. Works on crown and third eye with moss agate and carnelian. That carnelian, for some reason, is one that is always present. Like I always choose tiger's eye, but it seems like carnelian always chooses me. You know, I like to pay attention to that because there's some things that we're drawn to, and there's also things that are drawn to you. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to what, when somebody gives you a jewel or a crystal or something, which one has more people given you than anything? Which one have you picked more than anything? Which one have you given away more than anything? Look at those three questions within yourself. If you're one of them people who deal with jewels and crystals and all of that, ask yourself those three questions. Which ones are given to me more than anything else? Which ones do I give away more than anything else? And which ones are called to me more than anything else? Well, since you're tapping in, you got any messages for us from Spirit? That would be more in the morning. I think that's what I'm saying is like in the mornings when I be tapping in, that's where it's like if we on a live, you can ask me a question. But right now, I'm tapped into myself. That's what I'm saying. I'm experiencing myself right now. I'm experiencing how I feel. I'm experiencing my heart opening and the things that are important to me and the things that are stressful to me and seeing those in a different manner of growth and development. Like going back to that, what am I here to learn by this experience? Right? Because you got to remember the snakes have always been known as the revealers of wisdom. So when you mix the revealing of wisdom around the heart and the mind and the consciousness all into one, this is some real introspective work that's going on here. So I don't know. I ain't got no messages for you. I don't know how you feeling right now. I know how I'm feeling right now. You feel what I'm saying, Kaylon? Tiger's eye is solar plexus, confidence and safety. Damn. And those are the two things that I guess try to make sure that I hold on to the most. So that's real interesting. See how Paul Mark just broke that down? I always pick the tiger's eye. And he just said tiger's eye is good for solar plexus. And I'm a Leo, by the way, which is confidence and safety. And that is what I always want and what I always try to offer to my peoples. Actually, that is what I always want. That's what I always want. That's what I always pick. What I offer to my people would be the stone that I probably give away the most. Huh. And I think that's either quartz or selenite or what's that? Rose. What is it? Rose quartz? The pink one for the love and shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is deep. Oh, so just reflection. Reflection? No. That wouldn't even be how I would describe it. It's more of a inspection. No, not even that. I'll tell you what, I'm dealing with some transmutation. That's the best way to put it. I'm dealing with some transmutation. I'm taking myself from one state to another, like not full alchemy, like lead to gold, but more of transmutation, like changing steam into ice, right? The way that I'm operating right now is kind of rigid, and it's no freedom, and so I need to transmute that into a liquid form so I can create a flow, right? So I can create a flow. So yeah, it's more of a transmutation of perpetual energy practice. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah. Selenite is for energy transmutation. You may be ready for scolite, scolecite, scolecite. Ooh, what's that one do? I don't even think I heard of that. You said I might be ready for it. Oh shit! Talk to me. I talk back. Talk that shit, cause I talk that. And that is completed, and that was good. Man. Yeah, man. So any other questions? Let me see. Hold on. Grind your bed with selenite. What? Grind your bed with selenite. Yo, what you mean by that? You know, because I'm over here like, what? Hold on. My mind's saying quite a few things, and I'm sure that most of them are not what you mean. You know what I'm saying? Are you saying like ground it into a powder and put it in the bed, or oh, grid your bed with selenite. Grid. Oh. You know what? I can probably give that same advice to somebody that I was having. Selenite opens up magic. Okay. See, so that means that I would mix that with the astral traveling lucid dreaming alchemies that I have here, and pop a couple of those. Drink me um um Nereogen tea, smoke me some blue lotus while I'm in the tub with some mugwort in there. So that way when I go and lay down, now you know what I'm saying, I got full control of the astral traveling and the lucid dreaming aspects, you know what I'm saying? Tap down the four corners. See, so that's a whole project right there. That's some Onerogen work right there. That's going into them. Listen, y'all. So when I was talking about, if y'all seen on YouTube my video about spiritual security clearances, this is the way that you add to your security clearances, is like having more practices, y'all. A lot of us, have only done the mushrooms or have only done, and it's not like, oh, let me use everything that I heard about. No, 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 no. It's not what you use, it's what you practice. That means go in, gain a relationship, and continue doing these things so you can open up certain chambers of experiences, open up certain chambers of mindset, thought processes, and expressions. And as you do that, you start to master certain fields, and now you are being known in these realms. And this is where spiritual security clearances come from. So I was doing meditation and transcending before I ever had a mushroom. I was doing Onerogens and sleep realm work, and using your body to create mood draws while you're asleep. The way that your body is turned, whether your arm is like this while you sleep or your arm is like this, whether you lay on your back or on your stomach, whether your face is turned to the left or the right. Every single one of those things actually has a operating factor within the dreams you have. And talk to me, I talk back. Talk that shit, because I talk that. I was studying this for years before I went in with mushrooms. So once I got into utilizing mushrooms and going into the chambers of the entheogenic expressions and exploration with that, it was like, oh shit, this is kind of like meditation, except I have the ability to be here longer, right? And you have a familiarity with what you're doing or where you're at. So it's very good to have practices. Don't be one of those practicing FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh, is this what they're talking about this week? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Oh, is this what they talking about? Nah. Do the same thing 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year. What? You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you start to open up these chambers, because a lot of us are looking for our magic, our mystical arts practices, our tapping into sources for sources. A lot of us are looking for our natural and ancestral gifts and abilities that are locked within us, right? So don't think that just skipping from one thing to another like that's not. If you find somewhere where it's supposed to be a treasure buried, do you stick the shovel in one time, lift it up, and then throw it over your shoulder, and then go to the next one and dig? And you do that shit 100 times? Hell no. You dig the same place 100 times until it's a 6 foot, and then it can't go no more. And you're hitting something. You up Foot Locker, pull it out. There's the jewel. It's the same thing with some of these practices we doing, y'all. Get a relationship with these medicines and these modalities. Because it's kind of like if you hitting and quitting, like it's like people. Oh, what's up, shorty? You kind of cute. Want to have sex? Bang, and I'm out. What's up, shorty? You kind of cute. Want to have sex? Every weekend, I'm in a different motherfucking chamber. I'm in a different, sexual person, right? Or experience, right? As opposed to, what you doing this weekend? Okay, bet. Oh, that was fun. What you doing next week? Oh, bet. Shit, by the time it's been 52 weekends, we've been together a goddamn on year. This shit good, and now I'm opening up the chambers of other things that you have to offer, right? Same thing when it comes to these modalities of medicines. Get some relationships, y'all. Track down. Oh, so with that being said, y'all, yeah, I'm almost done. I got a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else got any more questions, comments, concerns? You know what I'm saying? Anything anybody want to drop? You know? Um, so with that being said, man, I really enjoy kicking it. This shit really kind of just gave me the ability to even tap into my own thoughts, emotions, feelings. Sometimes I be talking to y'all, but I'm talking for me. I appreciate y'all. If anybody's interested in anything, learning how to create your own spiritual practices at home, maybe want to tap into the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, just go ahead and inbox me or visit the psychonautdetroit.org, and go down to the email part and just let me know what it is you're interested in, and we can get you taken care of. And you want to take part in that sale, 25% off until tomorrow at noon. Be my guest. But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all, and I'm honored to be a part of y'all story. And tell somebody you love them in a language that they can understand it in. Peace.